Hi guys, Dave back with BTM Reviews, and I'm not going to talk about bourbon this time. Tonight I'm going to talk about creator ridiculousness. Look, I've lived on this earth for 55 years. I've had 4 children I've raised. I have a wonderful wife for almost 30 years. And you know, there are a lot of lessons in life that you learn as you grow. And, you know, last night I was on X and somebody posted a tweet about Eric July. And I said, this is why I don't respect him. Now, again, I have 4 followers on X. I am nobody. And this was around 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Eric's a married man. He's a millionaire. And he responds to my tweet, why the hostility? I wasn't hostile. I was stating my opinion. And I replied to him, this is why. Basically meaning, why do you give a shit about what some random person on X has to say about you? It's crazy. I don't even give a shit about Eric July. He's a good person trying to do a good thing, but I honestly believe he is going about it in the wrong way. When people offer their opinions about the quality of your project, and believe me, I'm in sales. People give me the opinion of the quality of my project all the time, or my equipment. And you know what? I have to listen to it and I have to go, you know what? This is how we can work with this. Eric always refuses. And it's sad because I bought ISOM #1. I spent $500 on the whole kit and caboodle. And when I received it, I was like, whoa, wow, I think I overpaid for this stuff. And I asked my wonderful wife, can you please post this on Facebook or eBay and resell it because this is not working? And she did. And I made a little profit on it. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted to enjoy the book. And, you know, there are plenty of people on YouTube that, for some reason, all of a sudden, they're writers or they're comic book artists. And, you know, Gary from Nerdrotic, I believe he has a good story to tell. Yellow Flash, he's not even drawing his own work. And he's submitting some kind of story that it may be good, but you know what? Pay your fucking artist, Yellow Flash. Jesus Christ. I just wish or hope that the quote unquote people that are against Marvel and DC because they want to make a better community for people that are against those big companies that are woke aren't falling into the trap of, let's listen to what I say, and if there are any negators, block them. And it's very strange because, I'm watching a Yellow Flash live stream tonight, and he's very happy on his stream, but he also knows that it's a members only stream, meaning that you can only comment if you're a members only, and his people that are modding his stream are having a hard time keeping up with the negative comments about him. But he doesn't talk about why there are so many negative comments. Look, I am not a creator, but I will pay for this shit. I mean, look at this. That's Graham Nolan. I paid for this, and I will pay for it 100 times because he's a good man with no negative feedback based upon how he feels about people that comment about him. You know why? Because he's been doing it for a long time, and he just wants people to support his project. And I know that Eric wants people to support his project. I know Yellow Flash wants people to support his project. But if more people understand that they just want them to support them and not criticize them, it gets really old. Do you think that any artist gets better if all they hear is praise? I've worked in many companies before and have been told negatives and positive about my performance. And you have to either grow from that or you don't. If you don't grow, guess what? You fail. With Yellow Flash telling his ex-followers, hey, I know it's late, but I haven't taken any money yet. That's bullshit. Who cares? Your artist is starving. And with Eric, it's just fucking 3D rendered bullshit that we're supposed to pay for, minimum $35 a book, unless you're a charity and you get it for $5. Again, though, why would Eric July respond to any of my exes? Makes no sense. His response was, oh, I just got back in, and this is a light work night. Work night? Responding on Twitter? Wow. Really? Okay. I know he's a athletic guy. He probably doesn't drink. He doesn't partake in any of that substance stuff. But, dude, go hang out with your wife. Get off X. Quit responding to people that do not have your best interest at heart, whether they're positive or negative reviews. Just go be better. That's all I said to him. Just be a better artist. Not good enough. Not good enough. I'm a Nick Rekieta listener, and he said months ago when I was listening to him, all of these communities will eventually eat themselves. They started LawTube and they asked him to become a member, and he said no, because he's seen the writing on the wall. Gary, Az, Geeks and Gamers, Eric July, Yellow Flash. They're all good people, but they need to be their own people. They don't need to do this fake bullshit. If you've seen Az, and I love Az personally as a person, and he quits the Toys Baby Street with Rob Burnett and George the Giant Slayer, and amazingly, a month and a half later, after all the BS with Ethan Van Sciver, which was Eric's fault because he can't shut his fucking mouth. God damn, Eric, just fucking stay offline for 20 fucking minutes and you'll avoid half of this shit. But you can't, because your fucking followers have to post this shit to you all the time, and you have to have a fucking response. But Az creates a new stream with Eric called The Silverback and whatever the fuck it is. And now Eric is trying to work his way back in good with that crowd. And that's, I guess it's okay, but it's fucking faggotry too. Because Az is putting his eggs in the Eric July basket. And in my opinion, Az should have stayed in the Gary Geeks and Gamers basket without making Eric July a highlight. Because Eric July is going to fail. He can't afford this shit over time. And if he does afford this shit over time, it's as if he's going to close his or pay out his building lease. He's got to. He can't afford this shit. And he can't afford the artists. Chuck Dixon can't be cheap. And I love Chuck Dixon. I love Graham Nolan. I love Mark Millar. And Eric is spitting on the face of their greatness. And Yellow Flash hires a great artist but doesn't want to pay him. Jesus Christ, man. But he's online right now making, $500, $1,000 a night in super chats, while his artist is living in a trailer behind his house because his building got flooded. It's great that he has an artist that really wants this comic to survive or be profitable, because I watched a video today where he said, I just want this comic to be great, so I'm actually thinking about redrawing the cover art. And the other 5 members of the chat were like, well, that cover's great. He says, yeah, I think it could be better. I'd never heard Yellow Flash say anything like that. It's kind of sad. But he's a fucking grifter, and that's the truth. There are grifters, and there are people that, monetize or haters. Eric is a combination of both. Yellow Flash is a total grifter. Gary from Nerdrotic is the shit, because Gary stays in his world. He's friendly, and he knows the world around him because he's in his 50s. He's not going to completely disenfranchise one of his buddies, but he's also not going to talk about him all the time. As God damn, I love that fucking Brit. But quit lying in bed with people that are using you, dude. And if you don't think he is, that show will not be on the air in 6 months. It just will not. Because Eric will move on to the next person that's going to help him the best. So yeah, this was not a bourbon review, but we'll take a drink because we're here. This is just my feelings about the state of comics. Indie comics especially. I don't buy DC or Marvel. But I'll pick up a Mark Millar comic anytime I see it. And I will support people, I believe, that are trying their best to do the best work they can. And I'm not going to support ISOM number 2 or 3 or Alpha Core. I'm not going to support Yellow Flash's comic because I don't believe they're truly artists. I think they're taking advantage of their 500,000 subscribers or more. And I'll support Gary's book, and he's almost 1 million subscribers because Gary has a fucking story to tell. I'll support a lot of the Comicsgate people like Ethan or Cecil or John Millar. I think those people are actually sitting there doing the work. They're not hiring people from some agency that have contacts in South America using 3D rendered art, shooting or having a square with the guy coming down in this angle. The next square is the same square, but it's from a different angle, and it's the exact same image, just reversed, for $40 or $35 a month, or $35 an issue, plus shipping. They can all do better. I can do better, but you know what? I'm having fun. And please like and subscribe. Leave your comments. I don't give a shit. I'll probably read them and I will respond because I'm trying to learn myself. But if you like Batman, if you like Superman, if you like Kong, if you like Spider-Man, if you like Batman, if you like Outer Limits, if you like Star Trek, Fallout, and bourbons, I'm going to talk about them because I love them all. And I do need a image of Godzilla because I love Godzilla too. And we'll talk about all of those. Again, like and subscribe to BTM Reviews. I'm going to be here as long as I live, I hope. And yeah, have a great Saturday night and Sunday. God bless.